So in the cymose type of branching, the branches grow in the basipetal manner. Now what is basipetal? The younger branches would be at the base of the main stem. So remember, in this case the younger branches were on top. In this case the younger branches will be at the base. So that's why this is called acropetal arrangement. This is called as the basipetal. The terminal bud in this case is going to stop growth after some time and then forms a flower. So it may change into flower or may change into tendril, may change into thorn and then stop its growth. So now from where the new growth will occur? The new growth will occur because of the branches which will go in the lateral manner. But remember, the younger branches will be younger and the topmost branches will be older. That's why it is called as basipetal arrangement of branches. Now remember, in this concept there are three types possible. So the diagrams are on the next page. So just read the name. First method possible is uniparous, also called as monocasial. Second method is called as there are two types in this. I have drawn on the next sheet. The next one is biparous. Biparous is also called as dicasial, and multiparous is also called as polycasial. Dicasial and polycasial. Now what exactly these terms are? I hope the diagrams below are clear to you. I have not shown leaves and all just to make the diagram simple. So what is uniparous? Uniparous is also called as monocasial. The reason behind is the branch will come from bottom but only one branch will come. So when we say uniparous, we are talking about only one branch. When we say biparous, we are talking about two branches to come. And when we say multiparous or polycasial type, in this type more than two branches will come. So what exactly do you understand with unicasial or otherwise the uniparous or the monocasial type? The main stem will be like this. This may develop into flower, or this may develop into a tendril, or it may develop into a thorn, and now growth has stopped. So once the growth has stopped, that's why I have put these horizontal lines. When the growth has stopped, from where the new growth will come? The new growth will come from bottom. And then there will be only one branch coming. So because only one branch comes in this to continue the growth in the next year to come or next season to come, that's why it is called as uniparous type of growth, or also called as monocasial growth. Now uniparous again can be of two types. One method is scorpoid and the other method is helicoid. Now what is scorpoid type? When branches are produced on alternate manner, you can see one branch I have grown in this manner, and then there will be stoppage of growth, because I have told you there will be always definite growth of every axis. Every axis will grow for some time and then stop growing. So definite growth. And in the case of racemose it is indefinite growth. So now this growth will occur and then stop. Now the next branch will come from, so it is coming alternate manner. You can see one is coming on the one side, the other side, then the next side, then the next side. So it looks like the tail of the Scorpio. That's why it is called as scorpoid type of uniparous or monocasial cymose branching. Now what happened in the case of helicoid is, in the case of helicoid, a helical structure will develop. Reason is what? The branches will come only on the one side. So you can see here the main shoot, main stem has stopped its growth. Now the new growth will come and stop, new growth will come. So it is coming on the same side every time. So it looks like a helical or a spiral type of shape. That's why it is called as helicoid type of branching. Now another method possible is the biparous or dicasial. Now what happened in the case of biparous is two axillary branches will grow. So there will be leaves present here. Remember, for simplicity I have not drawn leaves. Leaves will be here. So one branch will come from here, the other branch will come from here. Now we will understand later that why there is only one leaf here and why two leaves. This will come in the next topic of leaf. So two opposite leaves are there. So one axillary bud is present here, bud is present here. Both buds will grow into two branches. So how many branches are there? Two. That's why it is called as biparous or dicasial branching. Now in the same manner, it is possible that there could be more than 2 leaves on the same node. So if there are more than 2 leaves at the same node, then more than 2 branches will grow, and that's why it is called as multiparous or polycasial type of branching. I hope this whole concept is clear to you. So this brings us, okay, let's learn some of the scientific name in between so that I won't be repeating them again at the end of the lecture. Mango is called Mangifera indica, bamboo is called Bambusa, rose is Rosa indica, wheat is Triticum aestivum, rice is Oryza sativa, pea is Pisum sativum, coconut is Cocos nucifera, people is Ficus religiosa, gloe is Tinospora gaudifolia, strawberry is Fragaria verica, water hyacinth Eichhornia crassipes, ginger is Gingiber officinale, turmeric is Curcuma domestica. There are many other species also. Mint is Mentha. Many species are there. If you don't mention any species, you can mention their SP because there are more than one species. Saffron is Crocus. Elephant's foot is Morphophallus. Garlic is Allium sativum. Onion is Allium cepa. Potato is Solanum tuberosum. Grapevine is Vitis vinifera. Pumpkin is Cucurbita. And passion flowers are Passiflora. So this brings us to the closure of the topic of the stem. Now we will start with the topic, and that is the morphology of the leaf. So what exactly is morphology of the leaf? We all know leaves are considered as the kitchens of the plant. So without these green color fascinating structure which grow at nodes, and they are flattened structure, they will have dorsal side and ventral side flattened, and they will carry xylem and phloem running through those pipe-like structures you must have seen from your junior classes itself, and those structures are called as veins. And then green color is the main photosynthesizing pigment containing structure which is responsible for the process of photosynthesis.